If you're going to take part in the United Airlines flight attendant selection process, I'm going to give you the complete step-by-step guide to help you pass every stage. Hi, how are you? I'm Romulo Gutierrez, and this is the FlyDeck Briefing channel. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the step-by-step process to help you succeed in the United Airlines selection process. I'm going to talk about the video interview, the live virtual interview, and I'll also discuss the immersive interview experience. I'll share all the details, including the questions that flight attendant candidates have to answer at United Airlines. Let's start with the first stage, which is called the talent assessment. This stage actually has two objectives that you need to pay close attention to. What's the first one? They're going to try to identify if you have cultural fit, if you have a cultural connection with United Airlines. How do you actually do that in practice, right? Remember that United Airlines motto is flyer friendly, which is the company's slogan. Customer service, courtesy to passengers, and truly putting the customer first are some of the most important factors developed in this talent assessment stage, called the talent assessment. The entire stage is done online, okay? And I left here some tips for you to get approved in this stage, all right? Let's go. I brought 4 words for words that should be closely connected to your test. The test is a personality test. There are situations they present in this type of test. So, for example, they put in the test, when you face a stressful or high-pressure situation, what do? And then there's option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. For you to do well in this kind of test, first thing, be yourself. You have to be yourself, your true personality. You can't lie. But the second point is to focus on these 4 words I'm going to mention here, which are core values of United Airlines. Word number 1, efficiency. So in every situation you have to answer, if it has a hint of efficiency, that's a good thing. Number 2, connection. In other words, connecting people, bringing people together, adding value to people, making people happy. That's the flyer-friendly motto of United Airlines. It's a good idea to answer with that kind of thing. And another very important thing in these options that will show up in this online talent assistance test is any question that involves safety. United Airlines is recognized worldwide for being one of the safest airlines in the world. So pay attention to this word as well. If you follow these steps, you'll get through the first stage of the talent assessment and move on to the second stage, which is the video interview. This video interview is pre-recorded, meaning basically the candidate receives a link. You'll get a link to answer some questions. I'll also tell you what the questions are, and you'll record a video, okay? What do we need to know about this? Before I give you the tips, okay? They're going to evaluate a few factors like oral communication. That's the first factor. The second factor is timing. Timing is essential. So for each answer, they give you on average 3 minutes, 2 minutes and 30 seconds to 3 minutes. And remember, United Airlines is known for being punctual, so you really need to manage your time well. What are the main questions that come up in this stage of the pre-recorded video interview? One question is to introduce yourself, like, tell us a little about yourself. My tip is to answer in 2 to 3 minutes, carefully explaining who you are as a person and mention your hobbies. Talk a little about yourself from a family perspective and briefly share how the flight attendant field became part of your life and what you've been doing to prepare for it. Next, they will probably ask where you see yourself in 5 years. That's another important question. So I encourage you to give an answer that really shows your desire to be with the company, to work at United Airlines, to be together with them, okay? This is an important factor when answering about the next 5 years with the company. They will probably also ask how you handle conflicts. How do you handle conflicts? Remember, you're going to press record there. Once you press record, you'll start answering these questions, okay? So, it's essential that you answer with a lot of attention. And try, in this question about how you handle conflicts, to give an answer using STAR. That is situation, task, action, and result. It's not a good idea to give a very theoretical answer like, oh, I handle conflicts very well. Let's bring this into practice. Let's show, like, I handle conflicts well. There's a situation I can share. For example, when I worked at the customer service counter for the airline, like Qatar Airways, there was a passenger who was about to miss his flight. He was very upset and blaming the airline. So from there, I took action. I helped him calm down, checked his boarding pass, and it turned out he was just confused about the date. From then on, we took action. I contacted the airline's central office, confirmed that he was actually there a day before his flight, and as a result, he thanked me and left a compliment for me. There, on the Qatar Airways website. So when I deal with conflict situations, that's how I usually work. So try to provide a steady response. Now, I'm going to tell you about the live virtual interview, which isn't recorded from United. Before I go on, if you want to join the FlyDeck Briefing Mentorship, I'm Romulo Gutierrez. I've been a specialist in recruitment and selection for international airlines for 25 years, and I can help you, all right? All the details to sign up for mentorships for any stage are right here in the description of this video, okay? You can make a direct and secure purchase through the Hotmart website, all right? Just click and sign up, choose your times and days, and we'll meet live. Here at FlyDeck Briefing, there are new videos every Wednesday. So sign up, leave your like, because the world of international aviation comes through here at FlyDeck Briefing. Live virtual interview. Usually this interview lasts 30 minutes, okay? And then I'll tell you what United Airlines recruiters pay the most attention to when it comes to the candidates' answers. So it's really important for you to show good experience in customer service. Once again, I'm going to bring up the flyer-friendly concept, which is the central theme at United Airlines. So try to highlight your customer service experiences, moments of delight, and achievements. Again, if you can use this approach, being in this live and virtual interview, it's very important to mention moments when you delighted the customer. The second point they will look at is your professional background and preparation. United Airlines, although they are very focused on empowering and developing their talent, they like people who already have that mindset. For them, at United Airlines, training and development is not something that starts when you become a flight attendant for the company. No, it's something that needs to have already started earlier in your life. That's why, during the selection process, in this interview, show what you have been studying, what you are currently studying, the languages you have learned, and what you are now studying in terms of flight safety. Show yourself as a lifelong learner up to that point. This will attract positive attention from United Airlines managers, as well as the human resources team. And of course, try to show your connection with this company. When I talk about connection, I've selected here some words that, in fact, are behaviors they expect from a flight attendant, such as inclusion. So, someone who embraces different cultures, who knows how to welcome people from different backgrounds. After all, we're talking about a global company. Respect. Respect for the crew. Respect for colleagues. Respect for peers. Respect for everyone is another fundamental factor. Unity. So, it's a company, as the name itself says, united, meaning unity, everyone together, united. So that's something fundamental for them. And excellence in service. So during your interview, try to show in practice how inclusive you are, how respectful you are, and how well you know how to work as a team, and how excellent your services are. The more examples you give from other companies, other industries you've worked in, or if you're already a flight attendant, how you did that, for example, at Ryanair, great, that's excellent. That's how you'll do well in this live virtual interview. And now, here comes the last stage, at least for the selection process, which is the immersive interview experience, okay? This immersive interview experience actually takes place during the open day, meaning the candidates who pass the first 3 stages meet in person at a location designated by United Airlines to do an immersive interview, a real interview, okay? Not that the others aren't real. The others were in the virtual aspect. One recorded, one live, the assessment test you took, and then you move on to the immersive interview. I'm going to tell you right now the 1, 2, 3 for questions that will be in this immersive interview. You'll go through this immersive interview with these 4 questions because I have quite a few contacts in human resources, lots of friends who have worked with me at United Airlines. So let's get to it. Question 1, why United Airlines? This is one of the questions they're going to ask. Why United Airlines? So my tip, show why this company is unique in your mind. Why do you want to work on it? But without cliches, without those rehearsed and ready answers. No, connect with the company culture. I'll give you an example here. Example, I am a person who really values collaboration. I, Romulo, am very collaborative. I am very collaborative. So if someone asks me why United Airlines, I would say, look, there are 3 reasons. The first one is that United Airlines is a company known for being collaborative, both with other companies and with colleagues, with the peers who work there. In other words, it's a very united company. And since I've had this since I was a child, I learned that by coming together, we can be stronger and deliver better results. I believe I have a very strong connection with the way the company thinks. A second point, United Airlines is, without a doubt, the safest airline in the world. And I understand that safety starts on the ground and extends to the crew and the flight attendants. And I believe this is the second point that really attracts me to working at United Airlines. I keep connecting aspects of myself to the airline. That's what's important. The second question that will come up, they'll ask what makes you unique in this selection process. What makes you unique, different from the other candidates, for example? And here, I'm going to tell you to really talk about your unique qualities, okay? Genuine aspects, all right? Leave a comment here on the video about something that makes you unique. I'll tell you what makes me unique. Let me think. It's hard to talk about ourselves, right? But, well, I believe that what makes me unique. I'm a good learner. I'm constantly learning. I have the humility to learn every day. And I believe that United Airlines is only as big and successful as it is because it has learned a lot along the way. And that's what connects me to the company. See how I make that connection? I'd like you to do the same. Third question that's going to come up in your interview. What bothers you most about yourself? What's a flaw, a weakness, something about yourself that makes you uncomfortable? What are you going to answer now, okay? Once again, be honest. Just be careful not to mention things that bother you, but that you're not working on improving, or things that suddenly go against the very position you're applying for. That's not good either. Look, I lose my temper easily. But the motto of United Airlines is flyer friendly, meaning we're here flying among friends. So you can't be someone who's stressed or nervous. So Try to talk about negative points or areas for improvement that you're working on developing, okay? And another type of question that comes up a lot are situational questions, onboard situations. If you have to deal with a stressed out customer, what would you do? If a customer starts to attack another verbally because of their different culture during a flight, what would you do? So, this kind of question will come up, but I have a complete tutorial on how to answer that. These situational questions literally keep many candidates who want to be flight attendants at United Airlines or any airline in the world up at night. Go watch this video I left here, where I give a complete tutorial on this type of situational question. Go check it out. Wishing you excellent preparation. I'm rooting for you. See you. Bye bye.